Hey guys, Adam Booth from Booth Machine Shop. I want to talk to you today about CRC's Knocker Loose Super Penetrating Solvent. Now, I've been around the industrial machine shop for my entire career, and I'm sure many of you folks that are watching this have been around similar type of work as myself, whether it be industrial repair and maintenance or commercial repair and maintenance, heavy equipment repair, automotive work, even everybody that has their own workshop at home. We've all seen it, we've all dealt with it. We all get those jobs and those projects and those restoration jobs in here on the bench, and you have parts and components that are completely rusted and frozen together. And you're always wanting to reach out and grab that helper tool that is going to help you get all those rusted components disassembled. That's why it's extremely beneficial to have a can of Knocker Loose on your shelf ready to put to work. Folks like myself, I've worked with a lot of different machine tools over the years. You know, I get my fair share of machines in the shop that I have to work on, and sometimes the parts on those machines are just completely frozen up and rusted together and corroded, and that's where Knocker Loose always helps me out. It creeps into the cracks, the seams, and the threads to help loosen the bond on those threaded components. It quickly loosens up seized and frozen fasteners. As the Knocker Loose creeps into those cracks, seams, and threads, it permeates that rust, the scale, the gum, the grease, the corrosion in there to help loosen up the bond between those component parts and helps them to operate and move freely like they're supposed to. Sometimes you collect a tool that you want to put to work and use, and the thing's been sitting on the shelf for who knows how many years, rusting and corroding together, and it's so tight that it doesn't want to come apart. You take your Knocker Loose and spray a little bit in there, let it work its way down in those threads and those cracks, and it'll break that bond where it's frozen together to help you get the parts, get it disassembled and working correctly the way it's supposed to. Knocker Loose works great on lots of different hardware like nuts and bolts, pins, bushings, hinges, locks, sliding mechanisms. It really does help the ease of disassembly of machinery, tools, and equipment when you have that routine maintenance or even emergency repairs. I have been using Knocker Loose for many years around my shop. I always keep a couple of cans up on my shelf ready to go, and I can't tell you how many projects I have used that this has been very helpful. Not just for rusty hardware or nuts and bolts to remove them, but for hydraulic cylinder repair as well. Hydraulics have a lot of component parts that have to be disassembled and taken apart for a repair job. And sometimes you just need a little bit of help from a good penetrating solvent like Knocker Loose to help you get those jobs done. So if you have never used Knocker Loose, I invite you to invest in a can to keep on your shelf because I know that you're going to appreciate having this in your workshop.